For those of you who are new, hello, my name is Deborah. I am a reverend and a movement facilitator, and this is Tiny Yoga. Basically, a yoga class, a 20-minute gentle yoga class for everybody and every space, especially if your space is limited or your mobility is limited. I spent years, I spend much of my time living in an RV here and there and traveling in one and whatnot, and for a long time it was the excuse is to not practice because I didn't have enough room, right? Turns out it was just an excuse. You can totally do yoga in a chair. And even if you have a really, really good on-mat, full movement, full asana practice, it's really, it can be helpful to learn the variations for the chair as well. Because that gives you the opportunity, like I was missing, of doing yoga wherever I am. So we have done a number of things in the past couple of weeks. We've done sun salutation. We have moved through the warrior poses last week. This week we're going to move into the moon salutation. It's a nice easy flow, gets side body stretches, opens the hips, that kind of stuff. So stick around, hang out, and we're going to give it a couple more minutes, and then we're going to get started. And again, you can use a chair, you can use the edge of your bed, you can use this if you're in the front seat of your car. You're going to have The point is to learn to sorry, I have cats on the roof. The point is to learn to modify the poses for wherever you are. Hey, Gigi. I really like to do this class in the morning because this is basically what I do most mornings getting up. I can do a bunch of those, stretchy poses and whatnot on the mat, but typically in the morning my mobility is extremely limited. Billy, welcome! You guys about ready to get started? Billy, you got yourself a seat? Gigi? Todd, Josh, you guys ready? Okay. Yay! Okay, so edge of your bed, edge of your chair, edge of your couch, if that's what you've got. Even edge of your recliner. It's a little bit more difficult on the recliner because it's wiggly, but so is my little chair. So we're going to work with it. And I'm actually going to do this at an angle today so that we can get the entirety of each pose into the screen here. So, go ahead and find the edge of your seat. Okay, sounds good, Gigi. That's the best, right? Okay. Just do what you can. Use what works for you and let go of what does not. All right, let me get the right angle here. You don't need behind me so much. So go ahead and find the edge of your seat. And we'll begin our practice the same way we do with every practice, with 3 deep breaths to fully arrive here in the moment. Go ahead and just rest your hands in your lap, come to the edge of your seat, and take a big deep breath in through your nose, pulling your breath through your lungs and into your belly. And sigh it out. Inhale again, lifting the heart and elongating the spine. Let it go. Inhale once more, expanding the rib cage in all directions, front, sides, and back. And release. Let's just get into our body a little bit. We're going to begin at our heads. You can go ahead and keep your eyes closed if it's comfortable for you. Otherwise, you can go ahead and open them. We're just going to begin with some chin tilts. Tilting your head up, chin up towards the ceiling, chin down towards your chest. Do a few of these. Giving your front neck and back neck a nice stretch. And then side to side, dipping the ear towards each shoulder. There is no overextending here. We're just finding the edge of where our mobility is today. Go ahead and roll your neck. You can do half circles first, towards the front or towards the back, and then move into full circles in each direction. And go ahead and rotate your shoulders one direction, and then the other. Moving down to your knees, placing your hands on your knees and slightly swaying, windshield wiper your knees back and forth. Kind of moving into your hips here. Go ahead and extend your legs and flex your feet. Go flex and point. Still off camera there. Flex and point, flex, point. Bring your hands into flexing with your palms forward and fingers up, and then pointing by sending your fingers down, palms in towards the body. Palms out, palms in, palms out, palms in. Flex, point, flex, point, flex, point. All right, come back to center, ground your feet. Go ahead and just move your feet gently around, keeping them flat on the floor so that you can feel each part of your foot into the ground. Maybe beginning with your big toe, moving across the rest of your toes all the way to your pinky toe, pushing them into the ground gently and releasing, pushing the ball of your foot into the ground and releasing, moving to the outside of your foot, pushing it, putting a little bit of pressure into the ground and releasing, moving to your heel, rolling around the side of your back of your heel into the inside of your foot, and then grounding out your entire foot. Now again, today we're going to do moon salutation. Moon salutation helps us get into the hips and into the side body. Adjust these poses based on the amount of space that you have. So, and then we'll focus on getting the maximum benefit for the amount of mobility and space that you have. So, moon salutation begins with palm tree. Go ahead and bring your hands, interlace your fingers, and with an inhale, send your palms facing up towards the sky. As much room as you have here is fine. And then as you exhale, open your hands back up to cactus, both arms in cactus, and open your knees, turning your feet outward, giving your inner hips a bit of a stretch. This is goddess pose. Then we'll move to the right into warrior one. So to do this, you'll turn towards your right, pointing your right toes all towards the right. Everything turning your back knee, extending your left leg, turning your back foot so that your toes are on the floor. So your entire body is now facing towards the right. Bringing your arms up. Interlacing your fingers and placing them down on your thigh for a bit of a lunge. Now you can drop that back foot so the heel is on the ground, stabilizing you, and bring your hip off the edge of your seat just a little bit so that you can lean down into your hips for this lunge here. Take a couple of breaths here. Just feeling in here for a stretch. It can be in your thigh, it can be in your hip, it can be in your lower torso. Whatever you need right now is fine. We'll lower down to extended side angle. So put your right forearm on that right knee, on that front knee. Extend your left arm, bring it up and over, reaching overhead. And again, depending on how much room you have here, you can bend your elbow if you don't have enough room to reach that far. Bend your elbow. And again, the intention here is just to stretch from the edge of your fingertips or the end of your elbow all the way through your foot. Nice long side body stretch here. And then we'll move into gate pose. So to move into gate, please move your toes directly forward. Bring your bended knee, keep your bended knee bent, and bring it forward as well. So now you've got that left leg extended. You're facing forward on your chair. That right knee not quite in front of you, a little bit open still. And then place your right arm on your right hip. Gently slide that left hand down that left leg. You can stay here in a slight side bend, or you can also extend that right arm up and over for a deeper stretch in your right side body. Take a couple of breaths here. Again, this is in the right side body and a little bit in the left leg. And come back to center. Bring both knees to the front. And then we're going to go into gate to the other side. So extend your right leg out. Hey, Joy. Extend your right leg out. Place your left hand on your left hip, sliding that right hand down your right leg, and either staying here in that side stretch, or you can extend that left arm up overhead for a deeper side stretch. This is gate pose, variation for chair. Take a couple of breaths here, stretching that left side of the body. Then we will move into extended side angle on that left side. So keep that left knee bent, turn it towards the left side of your chair. You can kind of lift your bottom a little bit to readjust if you need to, or just twist on your chair into, you've got your left leg bent, right leg extended behind you, torso and hips are now turning towards the left. Place that left arm on your left knee and either extend your arm up here as far as you can. Give it a nice long reach, stretching from your fingertips to your toes and back. You can bend this arm if you don't have quite enough room. Just again, setting the intention to stretch all the way through that elbow, getting that nice long stretch from the end of your fingertips all the way down to your toes. And then bring your hands down, interlace your fingers, place those interlaced fingers on that bent front knee. Lean in a little bit to that hip, to your right hip, hanging off your chair. Use your chair to stabilize you. Don't fall on the floor here. Just lean a little bit into that hip to get a slightly deeper stretch. Then come back onto your chair. Reach up for warrior one. And then back to center, bending both knees, keeping them wide, dropping the hands into cactus for goddess pose. Place your arms down. Bring your knees back to center. Moon salutation. Okay, you guys ready to do that one more time? All right. Beginning with both knees forward. Doggo. He's a good boy. Again, limited space, limited mobility. All right, so go ahead and begin. So we're going to move through the poses again. Our palm tree, goddess, warrior one, lunge variation, extended side angle, and gate. Okay, so we're going to move through these again, and then we're going to move back and forth through them. So it's kind of the moon salutation goes in a cycle, just like the sun salutation does too. Okay, interlace those fingers. Inhale, send the palms facing up towards the sky. Exhale, bringing the hands open into cactus, opening the knees for goddess pose. Turning towards the left this time, we're going to switch it around. Keep that left knee bent. Extend your right leg behind you. Reach arms up for warrior one. Turn your torso towards that bent knee. Inhale, exhale, take a couple of breaths here. Just kind of holding the body strong. We're not leaning into any stretch here. We're holding the body strong. Then interlace those fingers as you bring them down, placing them on your bent knee for the lunge variation. If you want, you can slide off the chair just a little bit, deepening your stretch in your hips. And then placing your left arm on your left bent knee and reaching up overhead, or simply just extending past the elbow for extended side angle. Get that nice long stretch in your right side body, right leg, reaching up through all the way from the foot to the fingertips. And then we will move to gate pose. So turn that bent knee forward, and then use your right hand, slide down that extended leg. You can either stay here for a small side stretch, or you can reach your left arm up overhead to deepen your stretch. For gate pose, breathe here for a moment, leaning into that stretch. Keeping space between your shoulders and your ears. Don't collapse your shoulders. And then we switch to gate to the other side. So switch your knees, bringing your right knee up and bent, extending your left leg, keeping toes pointing forward. This time, left hand slides down your left leg, reach up and over with your right for gate pose, or again, without the extended arm, you can just lean into that stretch really gently. And then from here, keep that right knee bent, bring it open a little bit further so you can get into that lunge pose, interlacing your fingers, placing them on your right thigh, extending that left leg back and out. You can turn your toes to deepen even further into the stretch. Take a couple of breaths here. And then dropping that back heel up, bring your arms up into warrior one. Now again, this is a strong pose. We're not trying to stretch into anything here. We're trying to hold our body in this nice, strong warrior one pose. One more breath, inhale. And on the exhale, come back to center, to goddess pose, cactus arms, knees wide, feet pointing out, toes pointing out. Inhale, exhale, and release. Go ahead and drop your arms, bring your knees together here. Excuse me, dog. I invite you to ground your feet out again. Rest your hands in your lap. Close your eyes and just take a moment to pause. Scan the body beginning at the top of the head, moving down over the face, the ears, the jaw, the neck, the shoulders, and down the arms. Just noticing any sensation, any buzzing, any tension, anything left from the practice. No need to judge it, no need to create a story about it, just notice it and release. If it helps to say to yourself, I release, or I let it go, or something like that, that works too. Just inviting the body to pause for a moment, noticing anything residual and letting it go. In our stillness, these things naturally release. Continue moving down your body, down your arms and your hands, across your torso, your full upper body, through your hips, down your legs, knees, lower leg, ankle, and feet. Imagine that as you scan your body, you can begin again at the top of your head, as you scan your body, you're kind of pulling anything that's residual, anything that's left, down with your awareness and releasing it through your feet into the earth. Breathe slow, steady breaths. We so often forget that we are human beings, not human doings, and we are so busy doing that we forget to give ourselves moments to be. And it's in those moments of simply being, moments of rest, moments of pause, that we give our body, our physical body, our energy body, our emotional, our cognitive body, all time to kind of catch up with us. All time to rest, release what was done before, and prepare for what's happening next. These moments of rest are important. When you feel like your body has come back to a resting state, stay here as long as you'd like. Otherwise, when you are ready, I invite you to rub your hands together, creating a little friction and warmth. Place them over your eyes. Take a big deep breath in. Hold at the top. And as you slowly release, wipe your hands down your face, over your head, down your neck, down your torso, down your arms. Again, giving one last kind of wipe down, letting go of anything that's ready to be released, that was shaken loose by the practice. Give yourself a full wipe down all the way to your toes, and let that shit go. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Offer yourselves a little gratitude for taking the time for self-care today. You know you're worth it, even if you forget.